Hey everyone, welcome, welcome. I am so excited and so honored to have Margo on with us today. So I would love to get started with hearing about a little bit of your yoga journey and kind of what started you, if you want to share whether that's meditation or breath work or yoga, the asana practice, like what kind of started you in yoga? And then we can talk a little bit about how we connected and how long you've known me, which has been a while.
Well, yoga, I started, just here and there, some exercise, something to do, until an event hit my life. And I thought of you and what you do at Wise Mind. And,
Mhm.
you know, as you know, I started this journey for emotional resilience as well, to learn about how to reclaim my emotions during chaos, during emotional moments with family, friends. And
Mhm.
I'm not about the drama, but it hits sometimes.
Right.
So, yeah,
Because you can't control the people around you, right? You can only control your
exactly.
reaction. Yeah.
Exactly. And I really had to learn how to hone in. I could see it happening, but I
Mhm.
couldn't stop it. I couldn't stop
Mhm.
my emotions. I couldn't even stop them from, just to realize, hey, we're kind of talking up on a high level. Maybe we should take it down a notch, right? So I have learned a lot in this program with the Wise Mind method. It's priceless.
Yeah. So it's interesting you say that because I know you and I talked about this and like learning about emotional resilience. A lot of people don't realize that meditation and breath work and yoga and soul work and all the things we cover in yoga psychology actually allows you to create that emotional resilience and emotional intelligence, and also being able to self-regulate, which is the term for that in psychology is emotional regulation, right?
Yes.
So that you can actually, like you said, instead of getting in that place of what we call samskara patterns, right, is like emotional reactivity can actually become a habit, right? And it's a habit in the mind, right? It's a
Definitely.
habit. It's actually
Definitely.
neuron pathways in the mind that we've created. And after the first 90 minutes, or excuse me, 90 seconds of an emotion, after that is us creating that emotion. Does that make sense? So, like the first 90 seconds is our body's like physiological reaction, right? Is the emotion. And then beyond that, we're adding to that charge. That's our
Exactly.
choice. Does that make sense? So
Exactly.
when you start thinking about emotion as
No.
like this biological, biochemical reaction, and then you can also think of it as energy. Now, before you get thinking I'm all going woo woo on you, there is energy is measured in, or excuse me, emotion is measured in hertz. And
Yes.
so an emotion like shame or guilt is at the lowest vibration you can be at. So we
Yeah.
want to be able to work ourselves up in this consciousness level, right? Where we can be up in courage and love and peace and gratitude and joy, not at the lowest vibration, which is, shame, guilt, anger, all the
Yeah.
things. So not to say that you don't want to feel those emotions. We're not here to say you have to be able to feel and process, but you have to be able to start to train yourself. How long are you allowing yourself to be in those emotions? And how are you interacting with other people, like you said, with your family or relationships, that you get to start to control those emotions and have that emotional resilience, right?
Yes. And let me tell you, that breath work, I'm telling you, I need all the arsenal, but that breath work, I use it regularly every day. I
Mhm.
can't leave home without it, like that credit cards. I have to have it.
So
Um,
tell
I,
me,
I
so
have
share a little bit about that. What
yeah.
is what is your go-to for that, girl? Is it like the three-part breath? Is it alternate nostril breath? Like what are some of your go-tos that you do now?
So, definitely deep breathing, definitely the alternate breath. I use them in combinations. Depending on what's happening in my life, I'll use them in combination in one setting, right?
Mhm.
Because I need them for different reasons.
Mhm.
And so if I'm really out there, I will go to the alternate nostril breathing, bring it back in. And then if I'm feeling a little like I'm not energetic or whatever, I'm doing the fire breath. It's whatever's happening that day. I pick one and I'm going with it. And I'm telling you, I used to do hair, do people's hair, and I get stories from that because once a person feels beautiful, they have all these stories just because their hair was done. Well, let me tell you, with breath work, same thing. Just having that alone, even though I need the rest of it, the meditation, the prayer, all of that, the breath work has helped me show up in the world. It has helped me, help me not wreck my nervous system. That's what it helped me to do.
Right. It helped to calm and regulate.
Calm me down.
Yeah.
I tell you, I think when I first thought about it, you think, oh, breath work, in and out. Okay. What's it doing? Let me tell you, it keeps you in the middle ground. It doesn't allow you to go so far in your emotions or so low in your emotions. And I've even got to the place where my body naturally does some breath work. If I start my, nervous system starts doing, flight, fright, or freeze. And, just coming on, I was nervous. And the breath work seemed to kick in right then, and I'm not nervous. You see that?
Yeah. So it's interesting. I love hearing that. That's amazing that you're using that on a daily basis and that you're using it exactly the way we taught you to do it. That's amazing that you're actually giving yourself a prescription for breath based on what it is that you need. So you're living your yoga psychology, which is amazing. So kudos to you, girl. And you've got a lot going on with, you are a professional, you're in, corporate America, right? So you're having to juggle with all that too, in addition to being a mom and some of the family and relationship things that you shared. So you have a lot that you have to balance, right? You have to be stress resilient. You have to be emotionally resilient.
That's right.
It's helping you build those skills.
That's right.
So share with the audience what it was like when you and I got on a call together for the first time. Well, first of all, you and I met multiple times because I met with you when I used to own the yoga studio. And when I did yoga psychology one-on-one mentoring and coaching, and I had a private practice that supported that in addition to the studio, you and I actually met when I used to have an in-person office before I went online. But share with everyone, I mean, you can share that experience, but more so when we got together, earlier this year and we got on a Zoom call, and yes, you had met me in the past and we had some connection, but just to share with somebody that maybe doesn't know me, right? And they're going to see this replay, or they're going to get on a call with me for the first time, or maybe they're feeling scared to get on a call. Like, what would you tell that person who's like waiting on the sidelines?
I would say, don't be afraid. And I don't care what your background is. Do not be afraid. That's the first thing. And when I was on a call with you, Jennie, well, like I said, we've known each other for a little bit, but this time I really needed the Wise Mind method. It was different this time. And talking to you is like how we're doing right now. You see, I'm relaxed, you make people at ease. You're a great listener. You're a guide to, your advice is really guiding, because everybody's, what they're going through, it may be similar, but not the same. And so you hit things right on the nail. And I went for it this time all the way. No turning back on my healing, no turning back on, all the tools that you've given me to better my life. I used to think that abundance meant money and, things like that, your house and money and stuff. But what I've come to find out through working with the Wise Mind method is that abundance is really about your time with yourself and also about what you give to your family and friends. And in order to do that, you have to give to yourself. And you have to put those tools of meditation, prayer, and breath work and the asana practice together so that you can be all that you need to be. And the reason why I say that is because normally, especially women, but anyone that cares or is a giver, they give until they burn all the way out, and then don't know how to get back to center, or feel lost, or feel anxious about every decision. I found in the breath work, it helps you to stop being anxious in order to think, in order to make a good, wise choice. It's wise mind, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's so, I love that. That's amazing. Like, thank you so much for sharing. Yeah, I mean, you and I talked about that. That's what pretty much everybody says, is that they felt at ease, and it's like talking to a friend. And when I get on with somebody, like I've said this before, they're going to tell me, here's some things I'm struggling with, or here's where I see myself going. Here's maybe some things I might want to get out of a program, or what I might want to achieve from yoga psychology, or the things I want to transform. And then, you know, here's where you want to go, here's where you are, and then what's the gap. So literally, it is like a consultation.
It is a consultation.
It's not a sales call.
Not at all, because what people will find is that you're genuine. What they'll find is that you care. What they'll find, I mean, I've been watching you for over 6 to 7 years, and I've been watching other people's reactions. I even sent people to you, and they went through your program successfully. Okay, so I know that you are genuine. I know that you care, and I know that you are an example to what it could feel like and be like to live above your circumstances, to, you know, get out of the chaos mindset, or the monkey mindset, as you were. You know, it's possible. It's not just a theory, you know. So,
yeah, and it's a science too, right?
It's a science behind
it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, all the neuroscience, all the studies that have been done on meditation, on breath work, on yoga. It's not a woo-woo practice. It doesn't mean that there might be people in yoga that do woo-woo practices, but that's not our focus. We do have spirituality, and we do have a soul work and a soul side. So it is science and soul. So it's not all science, but it helps with a lot of students to understand the science, to know that it's evidence-based.
Yes.
And that we are evidence-based, and it's not woo-woo, if that makes any sense.
No, it does. It helped me a lot too, because I mean, there's things out there, but you know, what you'll find here is, like I said, talk to Jennie. It's so easy to talk with her. I can't even express.
Yeah, I'm gonna just put this in the comments. So again, if you're one of those people that have been waiting in the sidelines, just put the link in the comments, okay? So this will pop up on the replay. One other thing I did want to share is that for new students, the doors are closed right now. The enrollment doors are closed, but we do have a wait list. So if you're interested in being on the wait list, I'm going to put purpose in the comments. You can message me directly, or you can send it to our Wise Mind Yoga Psychology Meditation and Mindfulness Center. You can DM us purpose to get put on the wait list. And if you're somebody listening to this in the Facebook group, if you're in the Wise Mind Yoga Psychology Soul Tribe group, and you've been like involved with everything, or maybe you've gotten, you know, wanting to get on a call with me, we are leaving doors open for those students, the ones that, you know, that have been interacting with us and have been in the Facebook group. But for new students, the doors are closed, and we've got a wait list. So just know that we are still supporting calls with people that, again, have been engaged with us.